Hi, I'm Larry London, and welcome to Border Crossings. Today, singer-songwriter and entrepreneur Kenya joins us. Kenya's on tour for her jazz-inspired CD, My Own Skin. Her music has appeared on the UK and US jazz charts. Her single, Take Me Away, was a top 10 hit on the world jazz chart. Kenya is very popular in the UK. She's planning a tour there this fall, and she'll tell us all about that. She also will perform songs from her new CD, and we'll discuss the year ahead. Stay tuned for today's Border Crossings with jazz singer Kenya, coming up on VOA TV. Hi, it's Border Crossings. My name's Larry London. Welcome to another great show. We have an artist in our studios who is on tour for her debut album. Although she's had 2 EPs out, she's now got the new album, which is coming out at the end of August. We welcome Kenya to Washington, D.C.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome home,
yes,
I should say.
Yeah, this is like second home for me.
You've had several homes, originally from, I think, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, originally from Denver.
Then to Chicago.
Actually, then to Washington, D.C. for college. I went to Howard University, then stayed here, and then Chicago.
Now, when you were in D.C., you studied, I think, physical fitness and therapy. And
I have a degree in physical therapy. I'm a licensed physical therapist.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Usually the singers get the massage.
I know,
They don't
right?
give the massage.
I can do both. I'm a licensed physical therapist.
Well, we're happy to have you here and on tour and stopping back home at VOA.
Yeah.
And so, Kenya, that's a great name. And we have many people listening in Kenya who are probably saying, why did your parents pick that name? Is there a reason?
It's a kind of funny story. Can I explain it?
I would love you to.
Here we go. My maiden name is McGuire. And my father was like, well, McGuire's Irish and, she's black. She's African-American. So he's like, I want her to have a name so that people, when they read it, they know that she's African-American. So they decided to choose a country in Africa. So they had different names. And if it was a girl, they decided Kenya. And if it was a boy, it was going to be Damascus.
Damascus?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So here I was, Kenya. So that's how my name.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
And we're, very excited about this new album. So this is the debut studio album, the full-length studio album.
Yeah. No, this album is titled My Own Skin, and I'm thrilled about it. It actually has already been released in Europe. Yeah.
March, right?
Yeah, March 30th. Actually, they kind of did like an early release March 15th, but it became available. It was available in the UK March 15th, but then throughout Europe March 30th.
Well, help me understand this phenomenon that is Kenya, because I know you're very popular in the UK, and you've put out a lot of music there, which has gone to the top of the charts. You had a #1 jazz song for, I think, 4 weeks. And so now, in the U.S., we get a different version in America.
Well,
why?
It's not entirely different. In Europe, and particularly in the UK, soul and jazz is a really very well supported and popular kind of format genre of music. And so the album is very much a soulful with touches of jazz. And so it fits really nicely in that space. And not to say that that's not the case here, but it's that the jazz and soul together there is very popular. And so we decided to try to, to get it out going there because the album was so strong there. Now, here in the States, it's still strong and wonderful. And we've done some arrangements that are a little bit more soulful on some songs, but just because of the strong R&B and soul culture here in the States. And the jazz still obviously being an element that we celebrate here too. We got that in the album as well. So.
And so soul has been a part of your life, your whole life. You have a musical family, and Dad was a drummer with Marvin Gaye.
Well, we're going to He played with Marvin Gaye before, but this is before Marvin Gaye was like Marvin Gaye, when Marvin Gaye would do local gigs in D.C., because my father used to live in Washington, D.C., and that's why this is also kind of second home. My parents actually met in D.C., and my dad, he just used to gig around, and he got to sit behind Marvin, so.
Wow.
Yeah, but then when Marvin became Marvin, he didn't play with him.
Well, he can say he played with Marvin Gaye.
But he can say that, yeah, he can say that.
Well, that's fantastic. And Stevie Wonder has been a large influence in your musical direction.
Yeah, my father being a musician, obviously Stevie Wonder being at the top of the line with musicians. We just had a lot of Stevie Wonder albums in my house. And so I remember reading Stevie Wonder liner notes when I probably around 5, honestly. Wow. I'm thinking, because I started reading liner notes really before I started school. Like I would just, because the albums were so big and the pictures were so cool, and I was more fascinated with the pictures. And then you turned over, and I was like, oh, you could open up albums, then you could really read it. So, and I just got fascinated, and I didn't know, all the love that Stevie Wonder was saying, but I knew there was something that just touched me even at that young age. And
fantastic. So, well, can you do a song for us? I'm sure the audience would love to hear something live. Kenya's in our studios. My Own Skin is the name of the debut new album.
That's the name of the album. We're going to do a current single that's released. It's called Let Me.
Let Me.
Let Me.
All right. I will.
Me more than you can say. I know you need more each and every day. Long talks were good for yesterday, but what if I show you more love in another way? I will provide the love you need, more and more in every kind of way. Let me show you my love. Baby, I just want to show you, let me show you my joy. It's late and you want me more and more. I can feel your heart race, so baby, don't go. I'll find a way to free this love inside. Gonna let my love fly. I will provide the love you need, more and more in every kind of way. Let me show you my love. Baby, I just want to show you, let me show you my joy. Let me show you my love. Let me, I'm gonna show you joy. Sometimes it's easier to hide inside my fear, but I know if I confide in you, our dreams will come true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dum ba da ba dum ba, ya ta 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 ba dum ba da dum ba dee. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one. Hey, alright. Today, I wanna be the one. No, 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 don't go away, don't go away. Let me show you. Let me show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you. I wanna be the one to give you everything. I wanna be the one to show you.
Great. Kenya is here on our program today, Border Crossings, and My Own Skin is the album out August 28th. That's a special day.
Yes.
Why'd you pick that day?
Ooh. The honest.
Oh, of course. We're being honest. It's just you and I now.
It takes a lot. It's just you and I in the world.
In the world.
Yeah. Honestly, I knew I wanted a summer release. I also knew that I wanted to make sure that we release it in time for people to grab a little bit of summer momentum with the album, and just timing, deadlines and everything. You kind of have to time things perfectly. And now albums are released on Fridays. So I was going to do a little bit earlier, but that was the best Friday and I want to be around, and I want to make sure that I'm on social media and available and not on vacation or things like that. So it was life, and then just also the music world. I don't want it to fall into the fall. I wanted it to stay in the summer.
And the boys are going back to school, so then you'll probably be on tour and promoting. And the
boys start, you know what? I wasn't going to say that, but I do have 2 boys. And it's like, let's get this in before school
That's it. Right 2 days before school starts.
Actually, they start a week before the album release.
Really?
I know. I'm going to be a busy mama.
And are they in music, your sons?
Yeah, they are. I have a 12-year-old. He plays the saxophone. He's been playing the saxophone since he was 10. So he's in jazz band and all of that. And then my little guy, he's 9, and he kind of plays the piano. He's learning. He's kind of like, Mommy, I don't want to play this, but I'm kind of, you got to play the piano. You got to learn.
It's at least the
discipline.
Family.
Well, it's not even about the music. It's honestly about the discipline and about, kids today with the video games and just everything is, and, learning an instrument doesn't do this. It doesn't. It really forces you. You have to slow down. And so I want him to practice more of the discipline, honestly.
And you came up through gospel, through choirs.
Well, honestly, I was a part of Howard's gospel choir.
Yes.
I did a lot of choirs, but not necessarily gospel choirs, but I did a lot of choirs, show choirs, jazz choirs, all kinds of ensembles, in high school and in Denver. Citywide, statewide, where they select you, based on your singing skills. So.
At what point did you decide jazz was the lane that you wanted to be in?
Oh, wow. This is funny, too. My father loved jazz. And when I was little, he would say, he would put on jazz records, and he's like, okay, I want you to listen to this and tell me which. And I'm like, I hate this. I could not stand it, because I'm like, everything sounds the exact same. And we'd be in the car, and my dad's a drummer, so he's hitting the steering wheel, and he's going, and he's hitting the dashboard. He's like, Ken, what instruments do you hear? And I'm like, I don't know.
I hear the dashboard.
This all sounds the same. And so I don't know when I got to middle school, my teachers too start talking about jazz. And, then by the time I got to high school, my vocal teacher, she was really into jazz. Actually, my vocal teacher was Diane Reeves' vocal instructor, because Diane Reeves is actually from Denver as well. And so she started giving me Diane Reeves albums when I was in 9th grade. And when I heard that, I finally heard vocal jazz, because I was listening. My dad was just playing a lot of instrumental jazz, right? But when I heard the vocal jazz, I was like, okay, and then I started listening to Bobby McFerrin, Diane Shore, all that. So, and it was just cool, because they could just do all these, fun riffs and, improvise. And so that's when it happened.
And what is jazz kiss soul? Explain that to me.
I wonder where that came from. I think somebody may have said that to me, and I'm like, I like that. Jazz kiss soul. You know what? Most of my music is soul music. But because of my jazz background and having done jazz, I find myself, I'll have moments where I'll start to improvise, or moments where I'll start to do more jazz, influence or accents or whatever. So I think it's just kind of kissed, meaning it's not hugged. It's not hugged.
That's
but
on the next
it's
album.
Kissed. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you in our studios. If you could do another song, it would be
Absolutely.
great. Kenya's our guest today on Border Crossings. And the guitarist, we have a tremendously talented guitarist from Russia.
From Russia. This is Matvey. And can you say your last name for everybody?
Seagulf?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's fantastic. And we're going to do actually a familiar song. People are going to know this song. Do I announce it?
Yeah, please.
Oh, gee. I was going to see if they could just catch on. Well. Yeah, they're going to catch on. But anyway, no, this is a very popular song by Michael Jackson. This is I Can't Help It. This was originally written by Stevie Wonder.
Great.
Help but see you running off and through my mind. like a baby, sensual disguise. I can't help but love you. It's getting better all the time. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, 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 no. Hey, yeah. Love to run my fingers softly while you sigh. Love came and possessed you, bringing sparkles to your eyes, like a trip to heaven. Heaven is the prize, and I'm so glad I found you, boy. You're an angel in disguise. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, no, 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 no. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, no, I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Even if I could, I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. No.
All right. Clapping around the world for you. I can hear the applause.
You can hear it.
In Russia right now. There you are. Kenya's on our program, and the new album comes out at the end of August. Yes. And is that song on the new album?
That is.
Great.
But it's a little different because Vay's not with me on the album. But it's fun. I know. Next one.
And you're on tour right now in the U.S.
Well, this is what I'm doing. Right now I'm doing kind of promotional events. So I'm singing. I was in Philadelphia at Warm Daddy's singing a few songs. I'll be going up to New York City, doing some songs with Lenny Green and WBLS. And then I'll be coming back to Chicago. And so I'm kind of just getting the buzz going.
And then back to the U.K.
Yeah, I'm eventually going. So what this is, in the fall, I'm going to do a nice actual tour. So we have shows. And that will include the UK. That actually will include other countries in Europe. I'm not making it to Russia, but Romania possibly, Switzerland possibly, Paris definitely, Amsterdam definitely.
All places that are listening and watching to us. So are the audiences different when you go and perform in the UK than in the United States when you perform?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I'm going to say yeah, slightly. I think mainly because the music is playing, when I went over to London, I was over in London and UK in May. And because it is playing there, the people are familiar with it. So they're just into it and they're singing along with me on, this particular show that I did. And here we're still introducing me. So people are still kind of really laid back, like, okay, who's Kenya?
Yeah.
So they're just, I don't take it personally. They're just trying to absorb. I do the same thing when it's a new artist, just trying to take it in.
Because your music is regularly on the charts, the jazz charts, the world jazz charts, the UK jazz charts.
Yeah, I have a single on the album called Take Me Away that hit the world jazz chart. I think it reached number 5 on that. So, yeah.
Oh, great. And I know the Voice of America is a big part in jazz throughout Europe.
Yeah.
Back many, many, many years ago.
Yeah. Jazz for me, I did a jazz EP before this album. It's called Jazz Made Rhythm. And jazz is just so free. Like I can just, But then what happens for me is like I have to take a break from it because, I'm like, I need some structure. I need some something else. I need to feed that other side. I listen to all kinds of music. So, but yeah, jazz is
Are you
good
happy
stuff.
with what you're hearing these days on the radio?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
You like what the boys are listening to? They say, Mom, put on the new...
oh, God. Right. In the car. Mom, can we put in my phone? Can we put in our iPod? Can we... And I'm like, guys, and then they'll say, okay, Mom, no, we'll listen to Usher. Because they know that I like Usher.
Sure, yeah.
We'll listen to Usher. We can both like that. So I'm like, but, they're still really young. So they're still watching Nickelodeon.
Right.
And, they're still listening to some pretty innocent stuff. And when it's stuff that they're not, they're like, oh, yeah, Mom, you're not going to, they get it. And I make them, my youngest actually has an old soul. Like, you put on James Brown. He was like, can I please watch the James Brown movie, Mommy, please? And I'm like, it's like rated R, I think, like, I don't know. But he likes that. He likes old Michael Jackson, all of that.
And you have done so many different things, the songwriting and the performing and the recording and the touring. And you're also a businesswoman. You have your own label.
Yeah, no, this is all under me. My company is Kenya MJ Music Productions. So, yeah, I'm a writer. And then I hired my, producers and I have my team. And I'm the head woman, I guess.
Are you signing other artists?
No, not right now. No, what my dream to do, doing this as an independently, owning person, musician, I have learned the learning curve. I thought being a physical therapist, I'm like, I can't learn anything more. Like my brain has learned every muscle in the body. Like that's it. We can't learn anymore. But this is a whole nother level of learning the music business. And so because of that, physical therapy healer. I also have a master's in counseling.
Right.
So I'm a helper. And I have a lot of other fellow artists, independent artists who just don't necessarily know the business. So I'm trying to do more with artist development. So with my company, I'd actually like to do more artist development. So bring in artists to help develop them so that they can, do their own things too, or just be more wise when choosing labels or whatever.
Well, you obviously work hard, because you do so many different things and do them all well, and you get all the success that you deserve.
Thank
and
you.
It's a thrill and a pleasure to have you in our studios and meet you. Kenya, who's promoting the new album, My Own Skin.
Yes.
And we're going to ask if you do another song for us
before
we wrap.
We're actually going to do the title track, My Own Skin.
Okay. And you have a song on the album that you've released in the UK, which has done very well, and now you're releasing a different version in the United States.
Yeah, Wednesday Girl.
And what's up with that? Why two different versions? Were there phrases or slogans that would be in the boot and the loo versus...
You know what? It goes back to what we were talking about, that soul jazz thing. Again, in the UK, that jazz influence and soul combined is really popular. It's really supported. So that version has got a lot of jazzy moments in it. The version here in the States, I'm still singing the same song, same lyrics, everything, but it has a more soulful arrangement. So I think that, but both audiences, I mean, the UK, they're going to support that too. So they're both.
With the internet, I mean, you can't get
away with it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Everybody can get your music everywhere.
Everybody gets
which
it
is
everywhere.
great.
So,
all right, Kenya
is
going to sing live for us again here on
My Own Skin. Here, let me get a
title track. A swig of water. This is going to be good then. I know she's...
alone, reflecting how yesterday my life was full of so much pain. Question, never believing I could design a life worth new meaning. But now I'm feeling fine. Inside I shine in my own ray of light. And now I breathe a new me. So much to see. Now that I'm free to be, living it up, doing it my way, setting my own pace, feeling good in my own skin, making my light shine, leaving darkness behind, feeling good. Day by day, throwing away the fear that keeps me like a hostage in my mind. I'll make room for joy, make room for faith, and now I'm feeling fine. Inside I shine in my own ray of light, and now I breathe a new me. So much to see. Now that I'm free to be, living it up, doing it my way, setting my own pace, feeling good in my own skin, making my life shine, leaving darkness behind, feeling good, doing it my way, setting my own pace, feeling good. Oh no, 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 making my life shine, leaving darkness behind, feeling good. Yatta, yatta, bade, bode, do 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 bade, yatta da do do da do, yadam bambe, da da bade, yatta na na ba ya ya, dum ba da da bandi do. Feeling good in my own skin, feeling good, good, good in my own skin. I don't wanna be nobody else. No, no, no. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good in my own, in my own, in my own, in my own skin. Ooh.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you, Larry.
Oh, wonderful. My Own Skin, the new album, end of August. And Kenya, thank you for coming in. Now, if people want to get the album or if they want to see you around the world when you perform on tour.
You know what? Definitely come to my website, KenyaMJmusic.com. They can also, though, of course, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I announce everything on that as well. And that's Kenya MJ Music as well. And on Facebook, too, Kenya MJ Music.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
This is Border Crossings on the Voice of America. I'm Larry London.